Okay, so a very good morning to all of you guys. Rahul Prajapati this side. Meeting after so long with you guys. Welcome to this webinar. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the fears versus opportunity. Market is quite dynamic right now. We have seen that gap down opening today, right? And we have confusion how market is likely to behave now. Okay. So we'll try to analyze the market. We'll see how, what the key points that is right now important to see in the market, right? Or is it market going to show you further fall, or probably do we have some opportunity in the market to buy at this point of time, right? Okay, so probably we all are data driven trader, right? We always look for data specifically, not we are going just by the sentimental value, what is happening in the market. So specifically, we'll just look at the market, how market is behaving right now, and we'll try to analyze if we have opportunity or not right now. Okay. Now coming back to the market right now, if we just go with few data points, okay. So today, if we just check, so market is almost like 325 points down right now, almost 2%, and Nifty is trading near 16,350, approximately 350, right? Okay. Looking at the stocks, which are like, only ITC, NTPC, Hero MotoCorp, and NMNM are just only on the positive side with very, small change on the upside, right? Okay, mostly we are seeing that stocks are trading on the negative side. Okay, if you go on the downside, Infosys is mostly contributing on the negative side, right? Okay, the stock looks weak, down by 3% almost. HDFC Bank, so all heavyweights are on the negative side, right? Can you see that? Reliance, ICICI Bank, TCS, HDFC, Bajaj Finance, all heavyweights are, on the downside, right? Even if you want to check on Bank Nifty, you can see all the private banks, specifically HDFC, ICICI Bank, Axis Banks, are almost like down by more than 2%, right? Okay. So this is what is happening right now. If you go and check the contribution from the sector side, so you can see private banks are specifically on the negative side, IT after that, and NBFC. So across all sectors, we are seeing the selling except power. Power is just adding a small bit, but across we see the majority is on the downside, right? Okay. Now, what data point that we need to look for specifically for Nifty, right? Okay, so we'll simply go and check Builtup, right? Now, is it fear in the market? What we need to see is that what is happening right now is, if I just do the analysis from here, mostly when the market was trading at this point, like somewhere around 15,800, that was a bottom that market has created. After that, we have seen market went up with quite a good move, right? Okay. And so around 18,000, market started falling. So here, even at that point, it was not clear that someone is creating a short position. Probably somewhere at these levels, we have seen some short, and in past few sessions, we are seeing the short. And day before yesterday, right, if you see, so we have seen a good short coming up on this particular day when we have that fundamental change in the repo rate, right? So we have seen that RBI coming up and changing the rates specifically. So that was a good short happening in this. Talking about this absolute change, you can see that was a majorly short happening in the market right now. So data is clearly on the negative side. We don't have any positive sentiment right now in the market. Okay, so the fear should be there. Now, how we can conclude that there is a fear in the market? Okay, so first we need to go and check the India VIX. So what it says, is there an increase in the India VIX today? Even if you see that the India VIX was trading at 17, around 70, and right now it's trading up around 21. So it has moved up a bit, right, since the mid of the last month, right? Okay, so the India VIX is trading around 21. So as soon as the India VIX moves above 20, generally we have some bit of dicey. Okay, so how do we understand this? You need to understand the relationship here. So if market is falling, okay, market is falling, and India VIX is increasing in that case. Okay, if market is falling and India VIX is increasing, that means there's a fear in the market. Okay, volatility generally increases when there's a fear in the market, right? Okay. So that means when price is falling and India VIX is increasing, generally we go and see that market can fall further also. Okay, so market has a chance because even if you see the volatility is just moved above 20, right? So volatility is right now is turning out to be trading in a higher regime. Okay, and this higher volatility is basically, creating a problem to market to crash further. Okay, because the volatility structure is weak. Okay, so no issues. We are just having a bit dips, but still volatility is increasing, so we have that fear in the market. Okay, now what could be the second thing? The second relationship that we talk about here is that whenever market falls, okay, market is coming down and India VIX is also going down. Generally that doesn't happen, right? But even if that happens, so there is no fear in the market will not move further downside. Okay, so here the relationship is clearly on the negative side. Market is falling and IV is increasing and India VIX is increasing, so we have a further indication that market can fall further, right? So looking at the OI data, we say that market is likely to fall further because the lot of short positions are coming in the market. And when we have seen the India VIX, it is also increasing and it's trading above 20. So that is a sign that, okay, market might fall further, right? Okay. Now, what next? Okay, what next we need to see? So we'll be checking, we'll be going in checking, the further data specifically. So let's go and check the open interest data. Okay. 12th May expiry we are looking at. Now looking at this graph right now, if you see that 17,000, so if you see across all the strike prices on call option, there's a huge addition happening. 17,000 is a good addition, 17 lakhs almost. Like if you see 16,800, good addition of almost 29 lakhs. 16,700, almost 34 lakhs. And even at 16,500, there is 39 lakhs. Almost like if you see, yesterday's was only 10 lakhs and 39 lakhs call has been added in the 16,500. So anyhow, the 16,500 has become a resistance for us, right? And even if you see 16,400 call option is huge addition happening in this, right? So what happens now if market moves up anyhow, if any short covering comes, so 16,500 could be a resistance that we're facing and market can slip further, right? 16,400 has added a good put also, good addition on put also, right? Okay, but majorly we have seen good addition happening on the call side. Okay, now if we go further downside, in this case, okay, now if you see 16,000 put option as in again good addition happening in this. Okay, so if market slips further, the next support that we are facing is at 16,000. Okay, so anyhow the market structure looks weak here and we are talking about the slip in the market towards 16,000. Okay, so any rise could be a selling opportunity right now. Okay, so that is the level we are looking for in the market. Okay, simple. Okay, so just by studying the few data, we have concluded that okay, the sentiment looks weak. Okay, now let's go and check one more data that we can even check and simply analyze the market further. So that is put call ratio. Okay. So what is a put call ratio? Basically, put call ratio is kind of a ratio between the total open interest of the put divided by total open interest of the call. Okay, so if that data increases, that means the ratio is increasing, that means market turning out to be bullish, right? If that ratio is decreasing, that means we are bearish in the market. Okay, so we need to check how the data is behaving right now. Okay, Let's go to the PCR. Generally, the market and put call issue follows a same direction, right? Okay, so they are positively related. Okay, so one goes up, second will also go up. One goes down, second will also go down. Okay, so they have a kind of a positive relationship. So if we check, if we check, if we check the the relationship between IB and the price, that is kind of a negative. Okay, but here if we check the relationship, it is positive. Now if you see on this particular day, just observe it first. That is on 7th March. Okay, so the ratio is 0.69 and Nifty is trading at 15,872. Next day, what happened? Market moves up, so ratio increases, price also increases. Market went up. Next day, again the ratio increases. Market went up, ratio increases, price again increases. Next day, what happened? Market increases. So if that goes down, the other one is also going down. So they have a kind of a positive relationship. From here, market started falling. If you see, so market is coming down, while data is also coming down, right? So that's kind of a relationship they have. Okay. Now, if you see, yesterday it was 0.88. Now the put call ratio further decreased because call option becomes more aggressive. They are selling the more calls rather than put, right? So here we see the data is decreasing. It was like 1.36 on 20th April. Now it's continuously decreasing. So since that day, if you see this is continuously going down, that means it's a negative view in the market. Okay. So just studying these data, probably we can have some hunch about the market sentiment that Nifty looks like weak right now. Okay. So that's the structure that we're looking for. Now, let's try to see if further we get something about Bank Nifty also. Okay, just a small analysis on the same thing. If you see that Bank Nifty specifically, so that's clear cut short covering we are looking at. Okay, so that's clear downtrend happening in the, even if before the RBI policy, if you see that the structure was already went into downtrend, and it is clearly you can see that is the structure is looking weak. Okay, and the trend looks weak here. Okay, so not a major issue, but still the trend is looking downside in the market. Okay, fine. So that's the analysis on Bank Nifty. If we go and further check the open interest in this, so 34,500 probably adding a lot of call and put. Okay. Now, if you see, both are adding a good call and put specifically. So good addition happening in 34,500 call. Put is also adding, but we have seen that 35,000 has shows a very good unwinding. Okay, so a lot of unwinding happened in that put, and across different this strike prices, we have seen that call options are call option sellers are becoming more aggressive. So trend still looks weak, and 34,000 turning out to be the next support for the market, right? So any rise towards 34,500 or 600 could be a good selling opportunity in Bank Nifty also. The data shows that it's a negative trend, and market also showing a negative trend, right? Okay. So simply the stocks looks, the Bank Nifty looks weak in this also, right? Fine. So just by looking at this data and IB, we can see that this is the trade that we are looking for on the negative side. Now talking about the based on, because this is more of a volatile move, if we simply go and check Nifty and Bank Nifty, right? So if you're anticipating the lower levels in Nifty, so what could be the level based on the current based on the current IV, so it is based on the last day closing, right? Okay, so we were anticipating that market will come to this level even at moderate. So we have already crossed these levels, right? Okay, now what could be the next level we are looking for is 16,250 based on the current IV. Okay, because the volatility has just increases, so you can see that these levels are turning out to be very high on the high side. Okay, So if market is falling right now, what could be the anticipated level? These two levels have already been achieved. This is what we're talking about. So next level where we market might go, it's 16,250 approximately. Same if you see Bank Nifty has achieved these levels at least. Now this could be the next level and this could be the next level. Okay, on the lower side if market moves down. Fine. So based on this, this is basically the stop and target. It will help you to at least determine what could be the downside level on the higher side level based on the current IV, and if you turning out to be more aggressive, if there's a increase in the volatility, what could be the next level? So that's we are talking about here. Okay, and even to the for the Bank Nifty also you can again see that, right? So this is further very simple way to analyze what could be the downside and upside level. If you don't want to go and see the chart, still based on the volatility, current volatility, you can see that okay, this could be the next level that I'm anticipating on the lower side. Okay, this is all based on statistics, right? So data could be more on the better on accuracy, right? So this works, right? So this is how we'll see the data and see. So what we have done is we have seen that the trend is looking weak for both the indices. We have seen that level also. Looking at the IV also, it suggests that okay, market is likely to fall further. And then we have seen the put call ratio that is again decreasing. So it says that the call option sellers are more aggressive. That means they're pushing the market down. So everything, most of the data is showing me on the negative side. So fear should be there, right? Fear is there. So that's why market is coming down. Could be a fundamental trigger in the market, right? But even if you see the data, you can easily analyze the market. So that's what we are talking about. And we are option traders. So we never fear the market. We always look for a opportunity, even if market falls, right? So not a major issue, right? Okay. So we always have opportunity if market goes up. We are not a fundamental trader, right? We are just opportunities, right? So even if market goes down, we have a good opportunity to trade, right? So we got that market is looks like down. Okay, not specifically, even if that the data suggests that, until unless there is a slightly change or any reversal coming up in the data, we'll still wait for that. Okay, if data is suggesting, okay, let's say for example, let's say market started reversing from this point only. Now even in just one day reversal, we will not be very okay with that. Okay, market has totally reversed from this point. What we need to see is that, is there any further change or data? If all the data are changing in that way, we need to see that. Okay, so still it will take some time to get to that understanding that okay, market has totally reversed that position. Okay, but looking at the current data, we have some good hunch about the market. Okay, the market is looking weak here. Okay, now coming back to the further. Okay, if I just so there are a lot of results are also coming for the stocks. Okay, so you can simply go and check what are the results for what stocks we have the results, right? Okay, so today 6 so we have Tata Power as a result, Reliance as a result, Canara Bank, and so Reliance is a good thing. So result is Reliance for, so we can just check how the Reliance behaves, right? Just one after the result, one day after the result, and one day before the result, or let's say 5 days before the result. Okay, so 5 days before the result. So if you see that you have the stats and how Reliance behaves post 1 day after the result. So if I say on an average, Reliance generally I tend to show approximately 2.5 to 3% move approximately, if I see on the negative side or on the positive side or whatever the side. But mostly it shows a movement. So there might be a lot of people who sell the options using that. They sell the straddle. You can have that understanding that Reliance is not a the stock which stays quiet after declaring the result. It generally moves, right? So to make sure your straddle works, so you need to see what is the current position of the IV, right? Okay, because I'm just doing the analysis for Reliance because it's a heavyweight, so it has a tendency that it can move the market. So even if you go and check IV for Reliance, okay, so IV went up. So IV is continuously going up, as you see. Okay, generally you see whenever the result clears, the IV crashes, right? Here also these are the result dates. Okay, IV crashes generally. So even if we see the IV percentile, it is trading on the higher side. So volatility is on the trading on the higher side. Now the stock looks weak. So sorry, stocks is likely to declare a result today. Okay, so if you're creating a straddle, then this seems to be fine. That if the stock moves shows 2 or 3% move, you know how to protect it, right? Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Okay, so that's the how we do the analysis. So don't fear the market as such, because you are an option trader. You have the tendency that you can easily go and find the opportunity to trade in the market, even with the proper data analysis, right? Okay, so this is how you can simply do that. Apart from that, when we if you still want to, you're not sure about that market is likely to create a bottom somewhere, so we'll still wait for the data to generate, right? We are neither very aggressively short on the market. We are not even saying that okay, market might not reverse. Market can reverse, but the question arises that it will take some time, so that the data will generate, and then the reverse situation will come in the market. Okay, that is what we're talking about. So wait for the market to behave if you are looking for a reversal, but on the lower side, we still have that opportunity that okay, any rise could be a good selling opportunity, until unless we are only having the short covering. Okay, so that's all. So don't fear the market right now. Even if market falls further, we'll look for some data that's suggesting that okay, there is a buying coming up. So there you will have the opportunity. As of now, data is not suggesting anything to buy. Wait for the market data to generate, and if market is going down, trade on the negative side if you are a option trader, right? Okay, that's what we're talking about. Fine, that's all from the session, guys. Okay, so a bit of few updates that we have recently generated. Okay, so let me just share that also. So the first thing you can see that you can see the white theme we have. Okay, so we have recently come up with the white theme. Earlier we have only the blue theme that we have, so dark theme I would say. So you can simply go and change your theme based on this, whatever you want. If you want to see in the whole application on dark, that is fine. But if you want to go and check in this, so simply when you can go and place that thing. Okay, so it's the way you feel like, so which pleases your eyes, you can use that, right? Okay, so any color, right? So that's why I conducted the whole session in the white, so you can see that how it works. Second update we have is alerts, right? So I've been traveling across different cities, so people were asking me, so please, we need some alerts on the market. Okay, so you have created this. Okay, so you can simply go and create the alerts in the market, okay, for any particular stock based on different parameters. Let's say we are talking about Reliance. Okay, so this is the stock. So I just wanted to place some alert, let's say on 2600 call option CE. So these are the levels, these are the things that you can put as a field. So price, OI, volume, IV, delta, theta, Greeks, and all those things, right? Okay, so the current price is 92. Let's say I wanted to place price above. Okay, it moves above, let's say 95. So I want to place that. Okay, now so there are three things. That is, first is good till expiry. So this alert will stay in the system till the expiry date. Okay, anywhere between that, if that hits, you will get the update. Good till date, that means if I place this, it will be there for today only. Okay, good till time. So as soon as I click on, it will ask me the time and date. So you just need to put the time and date, and it will be. So your alert will be active for that particular date also. Okay, so if I want to place it, you can place it. Second is you can add your Telegram account here also. So simply you can get the same update on the Telegram. So just click on that, link your account here, and you can simply get it. Else you'll get it on the application, right? So I'll create an alert. Okay, so it will be there. So as soon as it will hit 95, I'll get an alert on my application, so that this level has been triggered, right? So if you want that thing has been done, right? Okay, fine. So that is what we have. New update. Okay, so alert is there. And what we have done in the order and trade analytics, we have already shifted all those things. So charts and order and trade are one now. Strategy chart is already separated, and order and trade watch list is separate, right? Okay, so simply you don't have to be confused about these things. Okay, apart from that, if you're talking about so some changes happened in the architect also. You can even go and simply create your position, and you can have the manager function here. So you can simply just check that okay, this is how it market works, right? Okay, so simply just add your position and see your in live position. So you can create any strategies, right? And you can simply just check it, what is the live M2M happening in this. Yeah, so this is how it works. You can simply go and see. Okay, so this is, we have the architect function. So a lot of updates are there. A lot of updates are likely to come. Okay. So that is one thing. Second thing, guys, we are starting with the technical analysis certification on 24th May. So if you're really interested in learning the technical analysis, so I'll be taking this whole session. That's 3 months program. Simply go and see how the learn technical analysis and see, learn new things, traditional things, simultaneously learn the positive new technical trade setups, right? And how to trade them very simply. So we'll have some sessions of options and also then, okay, so we have defined good systems to trade in this. Okay, so we will still have like 24 sessions, all of like 2 hours approximately. Okay, and this is how the things work, right? Okay, for technical. So starting with this date, if you're interested in learning the options from the basics, so again the starting on the same date only. Okay, so you can just simply go and check the what is how the content, okay, for those both the things. Okay, now apart from this, we are conducting the professionals options trading workshop, that is multi-city, right? Okay, so you can see that 26th and 27th June specifically will be in Mumbai, or will be conducting in Mumbai. 2nd and 3rd July will be conducting in Bangalore. Okay, and 9th and 10th July will be conducting that to the Delhi specifically. Okay, so pre-registrations are all still going on. Okay, so if you're interested, you can just go and book your seat for these, you know, cities for professional option trading. You're going to learn 7 different trading setups of you know, the advanced options trading, right? So this is, we have, do come, I'll be also there, right? So join us in different cities and learn this, you know, the vast world of options, right? Okay, if you're very beginner, go for the certification course, do learn it and then trade it, right? So we'll be talking about in detail that today we have discussed a small few glimpse about that. How do we analyze the market? You will automatically get that, right? Okay, so that's all from my side, guys. I'll see you again in the next session probably soon. So thank you so much. Bye and take care. I'll see you again. Bye, guys.